Great Rise, beloved. This is your boy Steve, the voice of Void Life. I'm hoping that you're having a fantastic life, and if you're not, I want to encourage you to get your life, to take charge of your life, to begin to do the things that's necessary in your life for you to be in charge. Because one of the most practical ways to look at it is that it's your life. So since it's your life, who else should be in charge but you? Of course, there's going to be things that's going to make you think that you should be doing what other people want you to do, and you should be living the way they want you to live. But you have to understand that it's your life. I'm gonna make a quick video here, and this video is really based on a conversation that I had with someone on yesterday. They were saying you really need to put this on Facebook. Could you put that on Facebook for me? So them by because they're a dear friend to me, and they asked me, then it must be of some value because I respect their opinion. And I said, well, since they asked that, I'll make sure that I'll do it, and then I'll do it expediently. And the reason why is because we have to understand that if we have value, it's our contribution to existence because of our existence. So because I exist, I want to contribute to existence. So this is why I always try to contribute something positive. We may have had moments in our lives where our contribution was negative. It may have even been destructive, but it doesn't matter because the past is over, and where you are right now is where you're to work from. And it is very important for you to produce things or introduce things that are positive because it is your contribution to existence. Now, that being said, the conversation that I had on yesterday was based on the core, and I was sharing with someone in the core is where everything dwells. And when I say everything, I mean that's where our existence originates. It's in the core. If you think about it, we're not created immediately to have hands or feet, but there's something in the core that is generating. It's forming. It's starting to cause a manifestation, and in us, within us, where that core is, that is where godliness resides. That is where divinity resides, or spirituality, or energy, or whatever you want to call it. This resides in your core. And the reason you have to consider this is because your core actually functions by itself. You do not tell your heart to beat. You can go to sleep, it keeps beating. You do not tell your kidney to purify anything, it just does that on its own. You don't tell your lungs to inhale and exhale, that happens. But what you do with your hands, you tell it to do. I raise my hands, I put my hands down, I lift up my leg. These things are attached to us, but the core is the originating focal point of everything. So that is where our true essence resides. And it is very important for us to realize that because we often talk about gut feelings, and we talk about intuitions, and all this resides in our core. And this is why there is such a great onslaught of material. People just be throwing stuff at you, trying to influence you and trying to overwhelm you with influences. And those influences, they're not directed to your hands because you tell your hands what to do. They're not created, they're not directed to your feet because you put your sneakers on or your shoes on or whatever on your feet. You handle that. But they're directed at your essence, at your core. You may think it's your mind, but your mind is simply a computer. Your mind actually does what it can do, but is based on what your core tells it to do. I'm going to say that again. Your mind has thoughts, and it does what it can do, but it's based on what your core tells it to do. Your subconscious mind can automatically predict what it is that you're going to do, but it's like autocorrect on your cell phone. You begin writing and it'll start trying to fill in the words for you, but sometimes that's not necessarily what you wanted to write. So sometimes what you wanted to say didn't come out quite right because your cell phone tried to actually predict what you was going to say, and that's not what you meant to say. So it is the same thing with our essence, with our core. Our core actually, it actually tries to speak to us and guide us, because that is where our truth lies. That is where everything actually came from, and that is what causes us to do everything that we do. But the onslaught of the outside influences tries to overwhelm it, and it's like trying to hear, but it's a whole lot of background noise, and it's a bad connection because the things around you are causing there to be interference in the line, in your direct line to your intuition. This is why centering yourself is so important. The centering yourself allows you the opportunity to let your gut, your intuition start to speak to you, and you hear it. Don't you want to hear what is actually coming from the infinite intelligence? Don't you want to hear the real truth instead of being influenced by things that may cause you to do things that you really didn't want to do, just like the cell phone may predict what it is that you wanted to type and cause you to type the wrong thing. We have to be extremely intentional about what we do, that we will work on our core so that we will actually hear what our essence is telling us. If we were to do that, we will be more disciplined, because I'm sure there's been times when something told you not to associate with that person. Something told you that, okay, that's enough. That's enough of maybe that's enough of eating. Maybe that's enough of exercising. Maybe that's enough lusting, or enough of something. But inside, you kind of know when it's enough, and you know when you should stop. You know when perhaps you should turn the other way, because it's something on the inside that is leading and guiding us to do what the truth would have us to do. Because you have to understand that our mind, our computer, it has to be given what we say in the technology field is garbage in, garbage out. It has to be given the correct information to provide you with with the correct situation. So you need the correct information for your mind to act upon, for you to correctly handle whatever situation comes up. So I just want to put this out there just very briefly. I don't want to be too long, and I don't want to bore anyone, but since someone asked me to put it out there, and they're dear to me, I said, well, let me go ahead and put it out there. I hope that this brings value to someone. I hope that you get in tune to your core. You begin to realize that it's what is in you that will drive you to truth. And the external forces, that's what you deal with. That's what you're to manage. But inside, it's up to you to take that power and combine it with love and develop that sound mind. Okay? It's power. There's power in you. Take that and combine it with love, because that's more power. And that sound mind, which is allowing you to draw from your essence, which is directly connected to the infinite intelligence. It's directly connected to truth. But you have to learn how to hear the truth and not to believe the lie. Because the lie is loud and it's forever coming at you. But I just want everyone to understand that it is my desire that you be in good health and prosper even as your soul prospers. Remember when when your core begins to tell you that that is enough to believe what your core is telling you. Believe your intuition. Learn to how to distinguish that inner voice and let it override the outer voices so that you can be the best person that you can possibly be. Now remember that by faith the world was framed. Frame your world. Get your life. This is the reason why a lot of us are not successful, because we allow, or maybe we're experiencing some success. I don't want to say you're not successful, but we're not reaching our maximum potential because we're allowing other things to influence us and keep us from being our best person. And it is very important. I just want to encourage you that if you was your best person, the people around you would be affected in a more positive way, and your relationships will begin to prosper. Whatever business you're in, whatever type of job that you have, you will begin to prosper because you're being your best self. You're allowing yourself to take control, but you have to listen to your essence. You have to learn how to center yourself. You have to learn how to be obedient to the truth, which is always going to abide on the inside. It is what created you. It is the essence of you, and it is who you are. So, with that being said, I hope that you receive some value from this. If you have, please let me know. Like, share. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Get your life. I just want to help people be their best person, because I feel like if I can help anybody along the way, that I've done my job, that I fulfill my purpose, and that is what is important to me. And I'm hoping that someone is blessed by this on today. And again, like and share, and I don't want to be long in my goodbye. So have a great day. Virtual high five, Savoy Life.